Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, I know that it's been a while, like 2 months, and I came up here, but then I'm here now. Okay, so I was like, why don't I drop the last video for the year 2025 and then the first video for the year 2026 at once, right? Hi guys, to all my returning subscribers, I love you all so much. Thank you for watching my video and reposting. And yes, and if this is your first time here, my name is Harrison Davida, okay, and I'm a medical student. By God's grace, 2026, I'm going to be a doctor, right? Clock it, you're going to call me Dr. Davida. Anyways, yes, I'm a medical student. I'm a lover of God. I'm a minister. I'm a drama minister, I'm a writer, I'm a mother to many. Yeah, that's a few I can say about myself. And what do we do here? We talk about Christ, talk about everything Jesus, about myself, about life, basically. Yeah, so you're welcome, welcome, welcome. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about a lot of things. Like, I just decided that why don't I share some things, speak my truth about 2025, tell you guys how it went, the things, some things I went through, some things I overcame, and what I'm grateful for, basically. So I think that this video is going to be, I'm not going to edit this video, it's going to be unedited, like raw, just like that. Okay, but filled with wisdom, some things that can help you, and yeah. So 2025, I would say, was a lot, but it's one year that I'm very grateful for because I I was groomed by God like a lot. There were so many instructions that I had to follow. There were some things I had to stop. There were some things I had to start. Basically, I'm very grateful that I could obey God in 2025. Right. Even when it wasn't easy, even when it didn't seem as though like it was gonna work or it was going to be possible. But then I obeyed him and I stood by him basically. And he stood by me too. Another thing that I can say about 2025 was it was a lot because I stayed in school almost a whole year, even though I had to run. Yes, this is almost a whole year. The whole academic stress, reading, um, being available for clinics, so many things. You must just show up. You must just show up, and it was a lot. Sometimes I will break down and say, God, who sent me here? But then, oh well, it is what it is. I learned to be excellent this year. I learned to put in my heart into everything I'm doing. Right. I cried a lot this year. Sometimes or most times it's during prayer, so that is like excluded. I don't know about you guys, but then I always cry when I'm talking to my father. Oh well, so like I cried a lot this year. I also cried because I was confused at some point. There were so many things that I needed clarity on, and I was just like, God, please speak to me. I am listening. I promise you, I'm listening. And it was as though there were some points where it was as though God was quiet. I wasn't hearing anything. And some other points I was dealing with like health issues. I would cry. I would cry. I would say, oh, I am tired of this. I thought that this has ended. I thought that I had gotten my healing for this. Why is it coming back? Why is it here now? I asked myself so many questions. But one thing that I have realized about my life is that if I'm not willing to wait to hear what God has to say, He's not going to send anything my way. What do I mean? You know how some people say things like, God, send we say things like, God, send a confirmation my way, send someone to speak to me, tell someone this to tell me. Sometimes, if you realize the reason why you're praying these prayers is not because you've gotten an answer and you need a confirmation, it is because you are lazy to wait for your own answer and you're waiting for somebody to come and tell you. And so you just create this lazy relationship between you and God that you no longer have zeal to wait on him anymore, because you know that, oh, he's just going to send somebody to give you the answer that you need. I don't know about you guys, but I know that God works with me differently. And so if he sees that, okay, she's becoming lazy, she no longer wants to wait, I have given her time, she just wants to hear something, everywhere is going to be so quiet. Like if you throw a pin, I promise you, you're going to hear it, because nothing till I sit down and wait for his timing. And then when he tells me and he's sure that I have heard him, then he brings confirmations my way. So those seasons were very, they were very somehow. And yeah, but I'm grateful that I worked with God and everything. So I just want to say something. Do not let what you went through this year 2025 shaping you. Like, do not let the fire burn you and leave you burnt. Mm-mm. You can come out of the fire and not smell like smoke. It is possible. It is literally possible. And people begin to ask you things like, how did you do this? Like, how did you go through this and you're still smiling? You're still able to cancel people and talk to people. It's because I didn't let what I went through reshaping me or reshaping my mindset, right? Another thing I want to ask us is, hope through the processes that you went through in 2025, you learned something different, and you did not just pass through that process complaining and asking, oh, why, God, you're wicked. How would you let me go through this? Or compare your situation or yourself with other people, right? I hope you learned something, that if that situation or that kind of circumstance comes up again in 2026, you have something that's, oh, this is what I got during this time, so I can use it now. Okay, right? Another thing that I learned this year was, I realized that I didn't totally trust in God. What do I mean? I know that most times you say, oh, I trust God. Me? I trust God. Anything He tells me to do, I'm going to do it. Like, sure, 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 kids. But then I realized that sometimes I didn't really trust Him. What do I mean? God has come through for you over and over and over again. And every single time you get to a point where you're going through a situation or something that feels huge or big, you start asking him, you start calling him names, you start saying, God, are you not there? Things like that. And he's saying, I held your hand before. Don't you think I'm going to hold your hand again? I helped you write this exam and you passed. Don't you think I'm going to help you write this exam again? I realized that an average believer doesn't totally trust in God. Because if we do, I think that things will be better, right? You move into a season knowing that it might not make sense now. I might not see the outcome. He has shown me the storyline, or he has shown me the ending. He didn't show me the story, he didn't show me the process, but I trust him because God said go. I know that everything is good because he said yes on this matter. I know that it's a yes because he said no. I know that things are going to fall into place, right? So this year I learned to trust God better. Totally no, to be very honest, right? But then God helping me, I want to walk with Him in a way that I don't have to get to the end and say, ha, how I wish I listened, how I wish I was calm, how I wish I was happy following the process. I'm not angry throughout, because now see where it led to. Like, he's not a man that he should lie. That's what scripture says, right? So I don't know, somebody out there, just learn to trust God. Oh, he has told you things about your life. He has promised you a lot of things, and maybe somewhere somehow this year something happened. Maybe you lost that loved one and you were like, no, God, I don't trust you anymore. Just hold on to him. He still cares and he's intentional about you. That was another thing that I got, right? So I also say that I'm not just gonna come here to say the things that I went through and was not able to overcome and everything. I'm going to also say the things that I'm grateful for. So I'm just going to read them out and I pray it blesses somebody. So, one, this year, I'm very grateful that I wrote things down before the year started, and I can hit my chest and boldly say that I saw, if not all of them, come to pass, and I was able to do the things that I said I was going to start by the grace of God, and I'm so grateful to that. I'll give an example. This year I said I was going to read at least 12 books to help my life spiritually, financially, relationships, and otherwise. And I read over 12 books. Like, I think I deserve an applause for that. So I'm just telling you that you can do it in 2026. You can write something and stick to it, okay? But by the help of God, because you can't do anything on your own. This year, I got over 1,000 followers on Instagram and over 500 subscribers on my YouTube. And I know that it's going to be better this year because I am looking at 10,000 and above. Guys, you can do this for me and we can do this together, right? I'm also grateful that the commission that God gave me, my Deborahs and I, we grew massively with God. We had so many new um, things that we worked with and worked on basically. I am grateful because I organized a 3 days intensive prayer and word study session this year in which I handed over 40 certificates to 40 students. And I'm so grateful to God for that because I remember that period I was sick and everything. But God saw us through and it was beautiful and amazing till today. I still get testimonies from that. And I'm so grateful to God. I'm also grateful that I got to attend my second physical Brahma Hills program by our very own prophet Asharona. It was amazing. The team was Derek Haruak. I can't explain it, but we were dancing with the wind. Amen. I'm also grateful that I got to attend the book camp this year, not physically, but then I was there. And I'm so grateful to God. I'm also grateful that I got to attend Pesetas Global Convention, um, which is headed by our dear pastor Gold, and the team was anointed for greater things. I know that I touched something, so you all be ready for me in 2026 and above. Yes, and I'm also very grateful that this year I met an amazing set of people. One thing about me is that I love people. I love having people around, speaking to people, my mates, not my mates, I'm older than me and whatsoever. But then I love people a lot, and I met amazing people this year. Even the people that I haven't met physically, I met them online, and we have been talking, and it has been amazing. I'm also very grateful that I could speak at the Global Entrepreneurship Conference 2025 that happened this December, that was hosted by our very own Tammy Design. It was amazing. We had young entrepreneurs everywhere. We got to speak about different things. The theme was the transition. I'm so grateful to God for that. I also attended my first physical Davidic Generation Church service. I have been an online member for the longest, and I said, no, 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 I must attend my first physical service. And I'm so grateful to God that I did. I'm thankful to our pastors for Sunday, Pastor Google Emmanuel, and our late pastor, Pastor Lawrence Oyo, my daddy. I am so grateful to God for that. And I'm just so grateful to God for this year, right? It would have gone another way. I'm grateful to God for my family. I didn't lose anybody, and it's just amazing. So, what are you grateful for? Have you sat down to tell God thank you, or are you busy crying about the ones that you didn't see? Can you remember the ones that He gave you and He showed up for you, right? And I'm so grateful because I know that 2026 is coming with its own beauty, power, and everything. 2026 is going to be a fulfilled year, and I might just get let's leave that. But then, anyways, I'm so grateful to God for this, and with this, I can say goodbye 2025 and hello 2026. I'll see you guys more on my YouTube channel. Bye, guys.